Aganin lugtsin kas he part-time danki diabetes where gina danaban justan ho this video no ju geisen sitamak geis weden sitamak ane in skagamak he shogap now and no geisen sitagad in waban it's a great man as best I can explain it. Michia, I wanted to make this video to simplify it where it's understandable, where it's not complicated in the medical jargon about yourself, about who you are, who we are, and just have a bit of a discussion in the beginning, then I would start off with a little discussion. You know, in this world today, we have a lot of issues, a lot of happenings that we live through every day. And some of them are 2 times or even 3 times intense than when I was growing up. And we have a lot of things that go through our minds and a lot of things that we encounter with the energy that they give off, the things that we encounter. And in turn, we tend to forget that we live with a system, our body system, that the body system has to endure these situations and has to deal with the situations. And we have a will and choice to deal with these things, not to let them get out of hand, but at the same time to take instruction from people who are instructors. So today I'm going to focus on a bit about sugar crashes and some of the things that happens when our energy goes up and down, and the foods that we consume, that we need, that we use every day in order to accommodate that energy, and how to choose the proper energy, proper food for that energy. And isgak dan napit machine segegon hugagishkak kegonan go taskisga next kamakin gum nandes kamnazan sa od next on gain no kaga kinman here up and gab over again. He napit saw next as I sit segum shingegon and sogan and wagon green dog. I was just command or disap and an old when he cake jvam hitzek. Damek elzam is kagokin gun and kana next kamakin. I was such to go chikagabam hitzek megachi gabin segagon. Monsieur Hugagis gak bagi kesi wawit sitsikade dine dana bagi chujui taman kanwab din out some pictures sa guminanja gonanja hin atagam go ako kaya ke gonan ka tawe can carve din out how much sugar epichik ima in each item, to be very careful when you're shopping. Like the food market today, there's like a big war today. No gumiseko ahidokan. When you go to the store, example, when you go to the store, you see all sorts of boxes screaming at you, and they're saying, this is good for you, this is good for you, this has many nutrients, this has many proteins, and they'll say all this kind of thing which dazzles your eyes. But when you read the reading, how much sugar does it have, so your energy doesn't get spiked up, it doesn't tell you that. You get blinded by the packaging, by the food market and the government and the people who sell this stuff with big budgets trying to overtake you. And often the cases you get stuck with too much salt or too much sugar in your diet, which makes you keep wanting more. So, but you don't see that in natural food. You don't see that happening in apples. You don't see that in bananas. You don't see all these packaging and these kind of marketing and these kind of natural foods. And sometimes when I go to the store, some of these foods are just rotting away. They're not selling too good. And that's where you have to make the healthy choices to choose this food. Like even now, I've had to make a big adjustment in my diet the last year and a half. And I can honestly tell you my breathing has improved. So I can tell you that. But you guys are going to go today. A dog I'm going to guys are maybe we're going to go matting and going and my matas and you got doing ako. Me again in Chicago and my game in Chicago and then the thing I do. Get going to go vitamins, get going to go pizza and this thing I do. It was because you got to see how much sugar I go get shoot I can have it going here jipagok. I got some stay shoot I have it got the mina so go and now no day I was got the go and go and got the mix up in him energy seg up in the kind of sagging good high blood pressure I go mean the sugar up there. You go and them things that processed food guys got the sugar I'm to student. My guide gun with man. I got me again. It's a community. This kind of weather we're having. Sometimes I hate to say this, the weather can be the worst enemy in times like this when the weather is not when it gets too hot. The first thing that our body suffers is we want to drink or we want to satisfy up and when we're thirsty. And the first thing that pops in our mind is we want to have a can of pop or something quick to cool you down, which often will be sugar, but even there again you might cool you down, but eventually you're going to have a crash again. So this is where we have to itemize these things carefully and what we're going to be having in our diets and food so we don't get diabetes. Okay, I got a demonstration. We're going to have two demonstrations. Try to make go like 1 cubic here is 1 teaspoon. Here square that's 1 teaspoon. Me is not here. I'm going to go 1 cubic is 1 teaspoon. I'm going to sugar basic sandwich and I guess like in Coke is the highest one in go on this row, which has 15. And then like when I have my cup of tea myself, I'll maybe just have one whoever go just throw one in there when I have my cup of tea. But when we have a Coke, we tend to guzzle the whole thing. And we're guzzling 15 teaspoons of sugar along with it. And as I discussed before, with your blood sugar, which fires up and gives you a big crash, this will do it. I'm going to say extra bunch of sugar, and then that's going stuck our system. I got the next one where we that blueberry sugar banana. It has 11 teaspoons of sugar. 11 teaspoons. The reason why I'm trying to show you this is because when you go shopping, to make sure to read the chicken to make that how much FH6 sugar in your purchase of that item that you're buying is 4 grams is 1 teaspoon. I will get her jam. Jams are all different. I'd go compliments blueberry jam. There's 2 cubics, which is 2 teaspoons, and the Smuckers has 3. And the yogurts with the small size, so that be chocolate is tiny. It has 7 teaspoons. Then if you compare this big bottle with this 15 with water, and you compare this, that's quite a big size for a yogurt to have 7 teaspoons of sugar. So, and you have to work when what I'm trying to illustrate here is your energy level. You're the one that has to manage that, your energy level, and you have to be discreet and also careful what you're going to take to manage your energy level. And these are the numbers that will tell you, because it's glucose and sugar that gives us energy, but not to have too much of it. That's some. Okay, so mature Scotch. This will be our last illustration. This is a popular yogurt on the Kayak store. Compared to the other yogurt you saw before, to this size, chocolate. Compared to the yogurt this size and that size. Chocolate. This uses less sugar. It only has 5, and the other one has 7. But that one, if you look at the sizes, what would you judge yourself? It has the most sugar in it. Okay. And it's probably just covered with sugar. And the other one here is a Rice Krispie type looking thing. This one here, Rice Krispie looking thing, and it's quite sweet, that one. It has 9 sugars on that one. For that thing it has, and we tend to just eat it away like with one bite, without even thinking. And these new yogurts are in the store. They're quite sweet. And that one has 6 sugars. And next one is a banana cup. These kind of stuff that are sold now. Banana cups. And there's different brands. And it has 4 sugars. And the KD has 2. So in turn, I guess, like you see the amount of sugars that is in there. Ja, aber dem är sugar, men gå ke abat sit. Kasa kom jag pigat så what's个 sugar and gak ngegun. Like me was na go gak na sugar. They go gastigadik the processed foods that are made in the store compared to having lake trout or walleye. There's no sugar in that. Or it's natural food, it's good for your system. But look at this, they're just processed and built, which makes your system just go haywire. So I think, for instance, when I have my tea, that's all I have. And my tea can be about this big, the size of my tea. And I just have a cup of tea. If I want a bit sweetened, maybe I'll have a half of that, and that's it. Like, I'm not going to be taking this amount of sugars on this little thing. That's a lot of sugars. So just to illustrate to you the kind of stuff that what processed food does, food that we eat today and buy, this is what's in each of the items that you've seen today. So I guess in closing, it's just to give you an idea how your body and energy system works and how to manage it properly. And it's all based on how and what you consume. You wouldn't sit down and go, and your energy tank must go see what's mad say guys are shakam Kenya Westwood.
Finding out you have diabetes can be scary, but don't panic. People with diabetes can live long, healthy lives. Sure, let's go over some basics. This is diabetes. Made simple. When we eat, food travels to the stomach. Food is made up of 3 basic nutrients: carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. During digestion, carbohydrates are broken down into sugar, otherwise known as glucose. Here's a quick fact. Carbohydrates include foods such as bread, rice, pasta, potatoes, fruit, milk, and yogurt. In a normal digestive process, sugar travels from the stomach, through the bloodstream, to your body's muscle and fat cells. However, sugar can't enter these cells without the help of a special hormone called insulin, which is produced by the pancreas. Insulin acts like a key, unlocking the doors to the muscle and fat cells and allowing the sugar to enter. The cells then use this sugar as fuel to provide energy for the body. When this process is functioning properly, sugar entering the bloodstream from the stomach is able to exit the bloodstream at the muscle and fat cells. In this manner, the body is able to regulate the concentration of sugar in the bloodstream. Now let's see what happens in a person with diabetes. Sugar enters the bloodstream, but one of 2 things happens. either the pancreas does not produce a sufficient quantity of insulin to match the sugar entering the bloodstream, or the body cells do not respond to the insulin that the body is producing. In both cases, the result is the same. Cell doors remain closed, causing sugar to get backed up in the bloodstream. As a result, blood sugar levels rise. This creates several problems. Because sugars are not able to enter your body's cells, your body is not getting the fuel it needs. As a result, you may feel tired or fatigued. Your body may try to dilute the excess sugar in the bloodstream by pulling fluid out of your cells. This can leave you feeling dehydrated and thirsty. Most importantly, over time, exposure to high blood sugar levels can cause damage to vital organs connected to the bloodstream, such as your eyes, kidneys, nerves, and heart. If not controlled properly, diabetes can lead to serious complications, such as blindness, amputation, kidney failure, heart attack, and stroke. In order to avoid these complications, people with diabetes must take steps to keep their blood sugar levels in a normal range. One way to do this is through diet. By reducing the amount of carbohydrates you eat in a single meal or snack, you can regulate the amount of sugar entering the bloodstream and prevent your body's insulin supply from becoming overwhelmed. This may mean limiting high-sugar foods such as cake, pie, candy, and soda. You know which ones. Another way to regulate blood sugar is through exercise. Physical activity makes your body's muscle and fat cells more receptive to insulin. In other words, those muscle and fat cells that wouldn't open before, now they will. Finally, your doctor may prescribe oral medications to increase your supply of insulin, regulate the amount of sugar entering the bloodstream, or make your body's cells more receptive to the insulin your body is producing. In some cases, insulin shots may also be necessary. Okay, let's review. We've talked about what diabetes is, a condition where either the body does not produce enough insulin, or the body cells are not receptive to the insulin being produced. We've seen what complications can arise from it, such as fatigue, dehydration, and damage to vital organs. Finally, we've discussed ways to manage it through diet, exercise, and medication. For more information about your specific health diagnosis and treatment plan, please talk to your doctor.